client asked us to create an object with which we can create long exposure light painting pictures, but he had this idea what we could do. We were encouraged to think outside of the box. We created a light stick that could flash and a light painting tool that looks like a brush.
But essentially it was to create a product for Mr. Cookwood to use for light painting. It had to be functional, easy to use, and had to really come off as an actual product, something that you could actually buy. So not something that we came up with within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's something that we worked over 2 months.
We had a purpose to what we were doing, and without a client, it would have just been like, what are we doing this for? And it wasn't just for us, but it was for someone else.
At the beginning, I really didn't like the process because it was tedious and it was kind of boring, and I didn't like it. And then once we kind of threw ourselves into the project, when we really started creating our light tool, then we were like, oh, okay, so now this is when that step comes in, and that step comes in. But at the beginning, it was just not something I wanted to do.
So working in a team was really beneficial for our group because we had all the different jobs. We split up. One person did the soldering, one person did 3D modeling, the other person did concentrated on documenting. So it was very good to have everyone on their job to complete it faster. The thing that was a bit challenging was that there were all these different opinions that people brought in, and we had to find an option that would suit everyone's opinion.
Well, I guess when we first started to learn the code, it was somewhat ambiguous because we weren't so sure whether how the different like kind of blocks work together.
Yeah.
And then like later on, we slowly got more used to it by doing more practices and different little side projects, which just made like us more used to coding.
I learned the most about the process of problem solving because I learned that before solving each problem we have to brainstorm our ideas and go through each process without skipping it, and that would result in the best solutions.
So one of our first ideas was to create a swinging light painting object, and therefore we had to build this small sort of a sphere with 5 or 8 LEDs around each side, and we took 2 classes soldering it all together. And then on the last day we burnt out the LEDs by using a 9-volt battery.
Based on our mistakes, we knew that we need to calculate things exactly the amounts, not like, oh, it's around that measurement, we can just get over with it.
It's really important to document all our stuff because I was able to identify our problems and not only identify them but also found solutions for them.
Actually, at first I wasn't really into this project. It wasn't really as motivating because this was a new topic. I didn't really know what this was about. But then as I kind of started to take pictures with the light painted, I saw the results in our camera, and it was actually really fantastic and groovy. So then I wanted to take more, and I guess we can say that is the motivation.
I think that there was also a connection of art and then 3D printing because we used Tinkercad a few times throughout our process of making our project, and I think because we can use Tinkercad for so many different things, it was cool kind of to make it for something that's going to make something else, which is for our tool that's going to make our light painting. So art was kind of incorporated in many different parts, and actually seeing our product come alive with our art was a cool motivator.
If we're in a group, we all know what we're going to do, we all know our plan, and we all know our prototype looks like. However, other people doesn't know, and presentation is it's an opportunity to share my idea, share my design, share my prototypes to other people. And because it's really important, we really focused much on our presentation, even more than some of our prototypes.
I never even knew light painting was a thing, and so we started this project, and the fact that we could accomplish what we thought was impossible when we first started this event felt good, because like we thought that we wouldn't have enough resources or time to actually make a tool and be able to make one of the paintings we saw on the internet.